I'm solid with a pack of beautiful losers. Our aspirations may be modest. Some may say we're soft. But the kindness in their heartbeats well, that's my backbone of drums. My backbone of drums. We try to play a game of poker with an incomplete deck. Between the booze and the takeaways, the kitchen is a wreck. We grumble about the state of the world and the needs of the day. When Faye sets fire to the newspaper, we laugh through our dismay. We drink and toast each other and dance rings around the tables. Sing along to the songs that keep us almost stable. Like this one. Woo! It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Hey, everything's going to be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's a full moon over Wild Town tonight. And million sadness on a real space flight. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Hey, everything's going to be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Of course, we go on and on about how our big dreams got away. Curse the billionaires and the gatekeepers who led us all astray. Maybe that Elon Musk can spare a few measly pesos for us whiskers overlooked by the likes of the Jeff Bezos. We raise our glasses to the whistleblowers and the great seekers of truth, and to that dental practitioner that thinks Joe's aching tooth. And at some point, we'll conclude, though we not see him so straight, that there's a chance we'll still be winners once we get out of the gate. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, everything's going to be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. With your latte daddy and your bucket hat, and outside the Chanel's old flag. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Everything's going to be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Hey, thank you so much. What a lovely group of kids you are. I'm gonna maybe take a little bit of a. I'm gonna try doing a kind of a quiet song here. It will get lively again. It's gonna be a very lively night. Don't worry if you're thinking, oh my God, the liveliness has disappeared. It will come back. That's my drummer, Mother Superior over there. Are you okay, Mother Superior? She's got. Well, I'll leave you alone for that. She's a little bit travel weary, We drove down from Birmingham today, and we drove for about 2.5 hours, and we arrived in London, and then we drove for another 3.5 hours to get to the Moth Club. And you don't like that, do you? You do have a speed control. I can vary the speed on Mother Superior, but it's she's still doing her machine learning. This is a song from a record, as the last one was, called Dream Catching Songs. The Dream Catching Songs album features a drummer called Budgie, who and Mother Superior, and they worked together to come up with some backing tracks for some of these songs that I've done. And for a while I thought they were going to run off together because they were getting along so well. But Mother Superior, you've stuck with me, and I think you're feeling a little bit intimidated because there's another female drummer tonight who's going to be thundering away a little bit later, and she's good, isn't she? She's very good. They're learning some things from each other, these two. Anyway, I tend to go into these yakking, talking things, and I don't want to do this. This is a song about when you're very young and you're going to sleep at night, and there are potentially monsters under the bed, or just some thoughts that haunt you a little bit. How do you deal with that? And how do you deal with it when you get older and the monsters are still there? The rumble of the sky above you, trembling planet down below. The trees outside, they seem to want you. Their branches tapping on the window. Heart, be strong. This night it might be long. Be brave, hold on to your dream catching song. The ceiling shadows stretch to reach you. Of grim forebodings they will teach you, but it's your tooth under that pillow. They'll never paint this cowboy yellow, no, no, no. Heart, be strong this night, it might be long. Be brave, hold on to your dream catching song. Sweet dreams are waiting as your dry ice dissolves. Fair gates swing open as your star globe revolves. The parting of the reeds in your hair, softly stroked by weeping willows. Who wrote this will? I wasn't ill, just one of the friends I miss, you know. Heart, be strong this night, it might be long. Be brave, hold on to your dream catching song. Thank you so much. Is everybody okay?
Hey! There's your fan.
Just in case nobody shows up, I always carry my personal fan. You never know. Okay, I promise this is going to be the last dark and slow, involved song. They're going to get bright and uninvolved and insane. But this is a story about traveling through the west of America in a car. I'm telling you, that drive I was talking to you about earlier through London, that's something. It takes a lot of patience, but when you're driving from, say, Colorado to California, make sure you've got some petrol in the tank. This is called The Butterfly and the Entomologist. Way! Out on the road, I met this butterfly. She had this fantastic wingspan that was nearly 2 feet wide. She'd recently been injured and she couldn't fly, so she asked me if she could bum a ride. In the shell of her old chrysalis, she carried her things. She tossed it in the back and stretched those beautiful wings. She sat there next to me with her front legs on the dashboard, those wings folded behind her and her little head cocked forward. She told me her story, a price was on her head. This bastard entomologist pursued her, live or dead. He vowed to hunt her down and to claim a large reward. He captured her and drugged her, and he nailed her to a board. Her escape was narrow. She'd torn through her own wings. She saw my look of horror, and she started to sing. I'm going to a no man's land because men and violence are intertwined. I'm going to a no man's land because men and violence are intertwined. Well, I see, I said, but not all men are violent. I'm not a violent man myself. She laughed and said, try not to get too attached to me, 'cause soon I will be well and I will fly away from thee. One afternoon when we'd stopped into a diner for a meal, she laughed and laughed about the plastic flowers on the tables. She watched the birds and the tumbleweeds with fondness and with envy. I started seeing through her eyes the passing desert scenery. We came across some sad roadkill, the beautiful coyote. She sighed her butterfly sigh and once again sang softly, I'm going to a no man's land because men and violence are intertwined. I'm going to a no man's land because men and violence are intertwined. One morning I came out of the Texaco station and I saw that she wasn't at the car anymore, so I figured she had run. But then I heard her high squeal and I heard his low laughter. You'll never outrun me, he said, you are the girl I'm after. I chased down their voices to the side of the station. She was cornered between a wall and a soda machine. I moved as if by instinct. I did it without thought. I clipped him and I kicked him and I grabbed him around the throat. I pinned him to the wall, and his eyes were bulging wide. I said, if there's a next time, I will see you crucified. And with this, I released him, and he crumpled to the ground. The butterfly was gone again when I turned around. But then her little song drew our attention to the sky, though with a certain lack of grace, she had begun to fly. That was the last I saw of her. She never waved goodbye. She just flapped off and disappeared while singing with a sigh. I'm going to a no man's land because men and violence are intertwined. I'm going to a no man's land because men and violence are intertwined. Is everybody okay still? Most of you are. I'm doing really, really good tonight. But let's see how long that's going to last. I'm going to, our man James behind the soundboard, thank you James. I'm going to unplug my guitar here and, yeah, give James a round of applause.
Yay!
It sounds good to me so far, but there is a thing that happens is normally with my other instruments that we'll get into very quickly here. It can go horribly wrong, and I usually save the applause for the sound man until later. But we'll consider it a good omen that he's already on our side. I grew up in a place called Wowtown, and in Wowtown there's a thing that happens about once a month. If you look up at the sky, I don't know if this is going to be visible because the skylights up here, they're tricky, but I think maybe you can make that out if you look really close. My God, the stars are so clear. Even with the blinding city lights of London, you can still see it, kind of a Liberace thing up there. Well, when in Wowtown, everybody in town, when this happens, everybody, the aunts, the uncles, groundhogs, centipedes, and millipedes, they all come down to the churchyard and they all grab each other's hands. If you've never held hands with a centipede, I'm telling you, it's something you gotta try at least once in your life. We do a song that goes something like this. Well, there's a full moon over Wowtown tonight. Everybody's coming out. The basket is light. There's a full moon over Wowtown tonight. Come out with me, darling. Let's check out the sights. Feel the love of the vampire fight. That's the way you're telling you right, cause it's a full moon over Wowtown tonight. Look at all the middlemen you well, looking for excitement. The cats are on the the dogs are on the house. Some sweet smelling smoke is coming up from how the groundhog's hole.
Oh yeah, it's actually.
The lovers have left their shades up, and it looks as if they made up. The frogs they are croaking, and the crickets they're a chirping. And the cicadas serenade us. Spoonbenders winking at the night maker, yeah, yeah. While the flatlander dances with the ridge runner. And Mrs. Wrong, she's kissing Mr. Right. Thank you very kindly, everybody. So, you still okay? I gotta say, I've been out there and I've seen some of you, and you're a beautiful group of people. I thank you for keeping yourselves so pretty in all the intervening years that I've not seen you. This is this in my arms is this here in my arms is my porticator. And for those of you who don't know me, and there are some of you who don't know me, there are some of you who know me and are glad you know me. Some of you who know me and wished you didn't know me, I'm sure. And then there are others who've never seen me before and hopefully won't see him again. For those of you who had parents like mine, you might be able to relate to this. My parents, when I was very young, said to me, sorry, why is that button flashing? Hey, James, I'm going to do something very quickly. Can you mute me in this for 1 second? The Hornicator is muted? Yeah? Good. Okay, you can unmute me now. This is I don't know if this ever happens to you with your Hornicator, but sometimes, I'm telling you, it happens more and more. We just have to do a total reset. This is a song my parents used to say to me, Thomas, when you grow up, you're going to have it so easy. You're going to have machines doing everything for you. You're going to be able to string up your hammock out by a beach and put a margarita in your hand and just enjoy the palm tree sway and the beautiful things. All the machines that we've developed and all the technology will keep you completely safe, and life as a human being on the planet will be easy. Somehow it hasn't quite worked out that way. They were right about the acceleration of technology, but I just find I have to be manically busy trying to decipher drunken scrolls on my email list most of the day. By the way, since I probably won't remember this again, I do have an email list. For those of you that are on it, I know some of you are on it already, but in Wowtown, where I was just singing about, my email list has been voted the best band email list for 3 years running. So I know nobody needs another band email list, but we try and make it interesting. And if you do sign up for it, it'll be back on the merch table out there. I promise I'll send you some weather reports from Wowtown and some free music and things like that should keep you interested. Is that right, Hornicator? He's telling me shut up and play the song about the future. This is called The Future is Leisure.
Yay!
another one on the Hornicator.
Yeah.
Let me see where I'm at here. I would like to mention that it is a great honor to be playing for the mighty beast that is the Nightingales. When I signed up for this gig, I thought, oh, it'll be like some little birds on a perch singing. But it's a tremendous and strange noise that they make, and you know better than I do. Well, I know pretty good for a few nights out with them, but would you like to hear another one on the Hornicator? Yes! I'm going to play a song that I haven't been playing on the tour so far, but you guys seem like you might be up for a little bit of enthusiastic Tuesday night audience participation. It's a really easy one. You don't have to learn a lot of words. I let you go easy on the last one, which normally has a sing-along at the end of it. So this is a story about my dog, whose name is Doug, and I. We went down to the water line to have a little picnic. And we had our little 50s style red and white checkered blanket and a woven picnic basket. It was pretty hipster kind of picnic. We had loads of great food, chocolate, some really fine wine, and the best dog biscuits that money can buy. And we were just sitting there enjoying our picnic when Doug looked up at me and started laughing a little bit. And I said, what's so funny? And he said, you've got a beard. And I said, that's strange because you've got a mustache. We were developing strange psychedelic patterns on our faces. But what it turned out to be, to make a long story short, is that we were suffering from ants having accosted our picnic. They were crawling up on the food and crawling up us and crawling onto our faces and making strange designs. And initially we were horrified and thought, we've got to go home. But then we settled down a bit and thought, well, you know, we've probably crushed their multiplex facility and cinema down below. Let's let them enjoy our picnic with us. And we had quite a good day then. And later on, back at home, we wrote this song, which has just a sort of tiny relation to this whole story. It's called Why Dogs Howl at the Moon, Part 1. And if you imagine that this sound is the sound of the ants coming to accost our picnic. wonderful audience. I have to wrap things up here, but what? Okay, we can squeeze in one more, but I thank you so much for coming out tonight. Again, I've got some merch over there, and I'm really thrilled that I get to just enjoy the rest of the night when I'm off here. But it's been a pleasure playing for you. Would you rather hear? I'm going to play my string-a-ling because I haven't done that on the tour yet. This is a
You talk when you sleep.
I don't know.
Talk in your sleep. Do you have to lay down?
Yeah, it's tricky. The string-a-ling is made out of well, a bongo drum I got in Mexico and some tumble dryer tubing and lots of little things that you pull strings on that make sound, and a bunch of other shit. And this is I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but have you ever woke up in the morning and whoever you're sleeping next to, if you're fortunate or unfortunate enough to have somebody sleeping next to you, and you wake up and they're looking at you like, you've only just woken up. What could it be? Did you forget a birthday? Did you forget to take out the rubbish? But no, this looks serious, and maybe it's your hamster or your girlfriend or your goldfish or whoever it is, and they're looking at you and they're going, who the hell is Audrey? Nobody knows about Audrey. What's happened is you whistled while you slept. Now with that introduction, it's mostly instrumental, but it'll all make perfect sense to you. Wow, that's quite special. I knocked the sound out with my head. Oh,
I think this is unplugged.
something's unplugged. No, the power's gone down up there. Oh, well, after that long introduction. That's a fairly bitter thing. What would you do if it were a stadium? Shall I revert? Let's pretend nothing happened. You heard everything I just said. You can tell which version is the best. whisper while you sleep. You whisper while you sleep. You whisper while you sleep. Your secrets slip. 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 Who are you? What are you doing in my room? You're Audrey. Audrey, I haven't seen you in so long. What are you doing, Audrey? Audrey, what are you doing? Huh? So while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you sleep, and your secrets slip. You whisper while you Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience. I've been Thomas Truax, and I've got to get all this stuff off the stage so that the band can come on, and I'll be hanging out over at the merch table area, which is over in front of the soundboard there later, if you want to say hello. Thank you so much for coming tonight. It's been a real pleasure playing for you, and if you sign up for my email list, I'll let you know when I'm next playing in London. Thank you.
Hey.